I really want to be the type of creative person who just sits down and makes stuff and just enjoys it and has fun with it. But I tend to be the person that is constantly second guessing myself, planning way too much and spending so much time just like gathering inspiration for some apparent random moment where it's all gonna come together and be great. And so today's Weave With Me is going to be me really trying to not second guess myself. So let's weave. First decision is that I wanna use our bigger flat pack frame loom. It's currently in the small mode though, so we're gonna undo these screws and I'm gonna weave on this thing in the big mode. So next I need to decide how big this is gonna be and what warp string I wanna use. I think I'm gonna go for my classic linen warp string because it's been a little bit, I think, since I used it last, and it's my favorite, so I kind of want to use it. So the first thing I actually need to decide is the fringe. I kind of want to try using a colored fringe. I'm thinking cotton string, but I'm thinking I want it to be a color and not white. Like I want to do something a little bit different. Let's push ourselves, and I need to just decide what color that's gonna be. Let's just take a look here. So I have like these two colors, like a light pink and a rust. I mean, rust would be really pretty for fall, honestly. Okay, we're not second guessing. Going with rust, okay. So what do I wanna start with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that the order I like? Because to me, if I put the green at the very bottom, I don't know if that it almost muddies it. So I'm wondering if I would do the blue, but then it's sort of like not. So we could do something like that. Okay, so let's start with chocolate and then we'll move up toward the lighter colors. Hey friends, after I took a brief break for lunch, I decided just to weave in silence for a while because I felt like I was really getting in my head and I was feeling decision fatigue. My table is chaos. So I did some weaving and I don't know if I like it at all. Like I kind of think I don't like it. And I'm currently trying to figure out what it is and if I can fix it or if I need to start over. And I hate starting over. I'm not gonna lie to you. It sucks. Unweaving sucks. You know, does anyone like unweaving? I don't know if I like it at all. Like, I don't know if I like that it's just sort of this like, I don't know what to do. I think I do know what to do, but I don't want to do it. I want to take it apart. And that super sucks because I've been filming for hours at this point. I don't know. I'm not feeling it at all. I think I'm taking this apart. That freaking sucks. Subscribe. All right, it's day 2. I don't know if I'm that much clearer on what I want to do, a little bit I think, but all in all, I am glad that I took everything apart yesterday because I didn't like it. And I just feel like, what's the point of using up all these beautiful materials on something I'm very decidedly not liking? And so, we're gonna try again today. Well, this is already creating a much nicer curve, so there's that. And then what if my background color is orange instead of white? What would that look like? Definitely like ties in that color better. Here we go. We're giving it a try. I wish my wool wasn't so fuzzy from taking it out of the weaving yesterday. I'm kind of doing what I did yesterday, but I'm already liking it a lot better. And I don't know why, if it's just because like I'm going back to like what I know has worked in the past kind of thing. I think that's part of it. I don't know. I think I was like attempting to reinvent the wheel and I didn't really need to. So I'm just gonna keep going with this. I think I always have it in my head that like everything I make needs to be something new and different. And maybe it doesn't always need to be. Does that make sense? Now I don't wanna just like fully fall into a rut and just like not try to do things slightly differently, but I don't know, sometimes I guess you gotta just keep it simple. I don't know about this, but I'm gonna just keep going and see what happens because I just feel like this one is just, I don't know, it feels like it's kind of stumping me a little bit, but I'm determined to, I don't know, just keep going, I guess, and like see if I can make it into something I love. I'm wondering if I should have brought a 5th color in. Does there need to be a 5th color? That's kind of unexpected. Do I want unexpected? Like that's the real question here. I'm already like half done. So I feel like I should just keep going. I think I do want to sort of try maybe this light blue. So there's the light blue or there's this sort of more muted blue. But I don't think this is gonna give, like I feel like there's something about this that like looks better up against the green than this. Like these kind of like tone each other down. These kind of like lift each other up. There's a little more contrast there. I think I'm gonna try it and we'll see what it looks like. I wish this, like there's such a nice curve here and then this curve is not as nice. So I'm wondering if I can create a bit of a nicer curve there. Does that work a little better? And I can always bring this down. That looks a little, oh, but this is, so let's bring that there. I think that looks a little better. I was just missing like some curve here. Okay, let's weave some more orange over top and see where we're at. These weavings, I know like, they can seem a lot more intimidating than they are, but I feel like these kind of weavings are really just like playing around and trying to figure out something that looks good. And I know yesterday, like I was doing a similar type and I hated it, but truly these ones are like, I feel like usually just throwing things onto the loom and being like, does this work? It's a little bit random, but it's also kind of fun and it's really organic. Like it looks organic and the process is also kind of organic. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So you can see like everywhere else on the piece, I was sort of like keeping everything off to one side and then we have some orange on each side. But this one, you know, the wool goes all the way across, but I actually don't mind that. I think that looks okay. So then the next colors I'll need to do are gonna be like the blue and the burgundy. So now I'm just like trying to get this piece so it's straight again. So the way that I'm doing that is I can see that like there was this big dip here. So I'm kind of filling this out with sumac right now. And I'm pulling, you can see here it's really poofy and here it's really tight. So I'm just pulling it tighter as I get closer to where it needs to go flat. And then I'm gonna take my second piece, I'm gonna fish this back. And here I'm still pulling pretty tight, but as I get closer to the side, I'm gonna let it poof out a little bit more. I really want that to be nice and poofy here. And you can see how that's almost completely straightened out my piece. And then over here, I'm gonna go to this previous row and just let that straighten out a little bit more. And now I'm going to use this plain weave to do the rest of the straightening out. And then we're gonna do a twining stitch to finish it off, just to hold everything in place. And hopefully that works out okay. I'm gonna bring all of my ends from the back to the front. And this one is actually gonna be fairly easy to tuck in the ends, which is also something I really love about this style of weaving. And I like to start with the wool roving. So I just use my hands to tuck in the wool roving. And so I'm gonna tuck in all the wool roving, then all the rope, and then we can get this on a dowel. Okay, I'm gonna put a hanging string on this so we can see what it looks like all hung up. And I think I'm gonna check the bottom of the fringe to make sure that it's straight-ish. We'll see how it goes. Check out our Weave With Me playlist next. If you loved this video, you're gonna really love this.